Hello! I'm Ashley Ayala and I just came back from London and I just wanted to share some of my experiences in the theater and the performing world over there and share them with you and let you know if whether you should go see it or toss it.
London calling to the faraway towns. Now war is declared and battle come down. London calling to the underworld. Come out of the cupboard, you boys and girls.
Hi, I'm Ashley Ayala and I just came back from London. I wanted to share with you some of the performances and theater that I got a chance to see over there and give you an honest critique and review of everything that I saw and whether it's worth your time to go see it. First show that we saw was the Top Secret Comedy Club located in Drury Lane. I enjoyed it immensely. You get to meet all sorts of different kind of characters and you get a glimpse of what real London life is like with the jokes that they say. I would say if you're in London and it's a weekday and there's really not that much to do in London because it is kind of a quiet town in my opinion, I would say definitely go hit up the Top Secret Comedy Club, and I will have addresses to all of the things that I am talking about. So you guys, if you end up in London, you can find your way over to all the good things that are must-sees. And the Top Secret Comedy Club is definitely a must-see. I can't imagine a bad night of comedy there. It's such a great atmosphere, cheap drinks. You get there early enough, you can sit right in the front row, right underneath the pizza shop. Who would have thought? Very cool place. The second show that I saw was Sleeping Beauty. This was a ballet and a sort of retelling of Sleeping Beauty in modern times. It was quite beautifully done and the set was quite interesting. Well, the plot... Alright, just don't pay attention to the plot at all because there really isn't any. If you like vampire fairies and all sorts of magical things that kind of don't make sense, but there's a lot of beautiful dancing and music, then go for it. Next on my list of shows is actually one of the best shows that I have ever seen. Ever. I mean, ever. I mean, I'm setting the bar pretty high right now because I've seen some shows. And this show, never in my life have I ever felt the urge to just spring to my feet at the end of a performance after sobbing like a child. It was so great. And that show is War Horse. And the cool thing that as an actress, I observed the way people act. And I've heard of how in America, we tend to act with our emotions. We lead with our emotions. Our emotions are emotive and they bring us to point A to point B. Meanwhile, in London, they're external actors. It's the way they dress and how it affects them. They act from the outside in, and I really felt that that's the way that the performance was presented in War Horse. I felt like it was an external experience that then worked its way on the inside, and it was just moving. It was such, I never saw the movie or the show before, and it was my favorite show that I saw. So that is definitely a go see it. You have to go see War Horse if you are in London. And they were actually showing it in the Drury Lane New London Theatre. Tickets aren't that bad either. All the tickets for the shows ranged from about £20 and up. So, and we were in pretty good seats actually. We had a good view of the set. The set was amazing. It didn't change that much. It was kind of black boxy, but the lighting and the sound and the horses, of course, these magnificent puppet horses that were worked by these wonderful actors. And I'm pretty sure the actors were making the noises of the horse actually, or the animals, because I saw their mouths moving and it was very, very impressive. Definitely go see War Horse. Worth the time, worth the money, worth going to London to go see it because they do it so well. Next show that I saw, As You Like It. My first, and I think, my only Shakespeare show while I was in London, unfortunately, but it was pretty great. I've noticed that the The English theater is very good at readapting old stories into modern times, and As You Like It was set in modern times in an office. It was so innovative the way that they did it. This hands down had the best set of all the shows, just because it had the coolest set transition that I have ever seen in my life. It was truly inspiring to see how innovative they were of how to change a set while actively transitioning in scenes. There was a huge office, and then all of a sudden it transformed into the forest. I won't give it away of how they did it, but it was truly ingenious. And I was just kept thinking, how is this safe and how did they do that? So, aside from that, acting-wise, it was very good. One thing that I learned, and I'm not a big Shakespeare buff or anything on how the acting works and all that, but we did learn in the Circle Theater that Shakespeare was meant to be performed, and it was meant to be performed in the Circle Theater to the nobles, to the royalty, and to the regular folk, the peasants. And I really felt that the actors who were in As You Like It really worked the room as they were speaking. They often broke the fourth wall and would interact with some of the audience members that were off in the flank, in the sides of the theater. So that was really cool. This was in the National Theater, which was a pretty big theater. It was 70s style in architecture, and I believe they have at least 2 theaters there. I saw 2 shows in the Olivier Theater, and As You Like It was one of them. As You Like It, good show. If you like to see cool sets, go see it. And even if you don't like Shakespeare, you will enjoy it because they put it in a way that anybody can grasp it. On to the next show, African Gothic. This was a little bit of alternative theater. This show was mind-boggling. There is a movie about it. I haven't seen it, but if the movie is anything like the show, you will be like, it was very weird. It is like a cup of tea with a shot of cyanide in it. But if you do like things that are a little off, a little quirky, or a little dark and a little, incestual, then you'll really like this show. I thought it was quite funny, so, and if you're into making yourself feel uncomfortable around a group of strangers with actors that are no more than 3 feet in front of you, this is a good show for you to see. But for the most part, I'd have to say this was a pass because I don't feel like it was really palatable for the main public, especially since the acting was, to be honest, a little on and off. It was hard to understand what they were saying because they're trying to mimic a Dutch accent, and I felt like they would go in and out of British accents, and it didn't seem as authentic. But they did manage to get across the creepy factor, which in the end kept me interested, and that's what okay theater is. It keeps you interested. I wasn't leaping to my feet like in War Horse, but I wasn't bored to tears. That was my trip to London and my reviews of what you should go see and what you should toss. Just to recap, pretty much all the shows were good. Don't toss any of them. If you're willing to take the time to see something that you wouldn't normally see, I would recommend the ones that you would toss. So give it a try. Hop on a red eye and go over and enjoy yourself in the West End or in the Round Theater and see some Shakespeare or some African Gothic.